back to the Clear Codes channel. This is episode 2 of Shopify Store 2.0, the coding tutorial, wherein we are taking the Dawn theme and learning from it and adding our own twist to it so we can learn about theme making in Shopify Store 2.0. So once again, this is coding heavy tutorial, and like I said, it's episode 2. So if you have not watched already, I'll try to put a link in the top linking you to episode 1 where we really got set up. We went through a little bit of the store, and then we used the Shopify docs to get Dawn downloaded, cloned, what have you, to our desktop. So as you can see, I'm going to go to the terminal. This can be the first thing we do. I'm also going to open up a new Visual Studio Code, new window. So we'll pop this open. I use Visual Studio Code as my code editor. I'm going to do Command-Shift-P, code, and I'm going to enable the code shortcut, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to now locate the repository that we cloned, which was Dawn. So I'm going to CD to my desktop, and then let me remember what I called it. Oh yeah, okay. I'm going to CD YouTube demo, and let's see what's inside. Okay, Dawn 2.0. So I'm going to CD Dawn 2.0, and then I'm going to run code dot, and then it's going to open up in Visual Studio Code. Beautiful. So again, last episode we got this downloaded, so please watch that if you have not already. Okay. So this is what we are going to do today. We're going to get set up. We're going to download assets. So I have some assets in a Google Drive folder that I'll share with everyone in the not in the comments, in the description below. We're going to log into our Shopify store, which we set up last time. We set up the partnership program so that we can make development stores. And we're going to add products and some pages and just get acquainted with what this template looks like live and customizing it. Then we're going to open the repository, which we actually just did, which is great. And then we're going to explore and get acquainted with that. So this is kind of the setup, the first section of this video. Then we're going to start customizing the theme. We're going to hard code some different fonts from Google Fonts, some web accessible fonts, but that don't come with the built-in theme. Then we'll change the icons for the cart and search so we can see just how, like, the beginnings of customizing and where different aspects of the code are coming in play. And then we're going to make some more changes to CSS. And last but not least, we will add a custom section to the index or front page. Okay, so let's get started. Let's download the assets. So I'm going to go here. This will be shared with you. And oh, yeah. And let's download. And that'd be funny if this is where I got stuck in the tutorial. All right, let's let that do its thing. Let's go back to Shopify. Okay, so all of you should be able to log into your partner account. So go here, and then I can see all my stores. And right now we're working on the demo store. Let's let that load in, and then this opened up. Sweet. I'm gonna keep this handy. All right, so this is the home. And let's go to online store. We'll come back to that in a moment, because as you can see from the home, we can add products, we can see our orders if this is a live store, all that good stuff. So right now our current theme is debut. Let's see if we can just get Dawn going here. We can also upload it ourselves. So let's see. Theme architecture. Let's go free. Dawn. Okay. Let's try the theme. And it's adding it to my store themes. Boom. Okay. So we now should have Dawn here. Great. We can also, you know what? Let's use, so we're now in Dawn 2.0. if you remember from last time what we did, and I actually still have it running here, so I'm going to stop that and let's do it together. So you have to be in the, let me zoom in for you guys. You have to be in the repository. So right now, right, we are CD'd into current directory is Dawn 2.0. So make sure you're there. Then you're going to do Shopify store, Shopify login -- store. So I'm just going to paste this in here. If you can't remember this, remember, if we go to Shopify.com, we scroll all the way to the bottom, go to the Shopify Help Center, scroll all the way to the bottom here, learn about themes. And then if we go to Developer Tools, Shopify Client, Getting Started. So this is what we did last time. And again, here it is, Shopify login -- store, and then your store's name. So in this case, for the Dawn theme, I'm using this one, sorry for all the back and forth, we're logging into the demo store. Let's log in, should bring us to a new, okay, yeah, just gonna log us in, sweet. I think I was already logged in, which is why it was that fast. And then the next thing we are going to do is Shopify theme serve. So remember, we're in our repository, we're serving the current theme, which I also have opened here. Okay, let's go back and see how it's going. And yeah, I think the next thing on my list, I'm getting all turned around, was to log into the store, which we did, and now we're going to add products and pages. So while that is all getting set up, let's add the products and the pages, because the code is not really, it's connected obviously to the products, but through that interface we add the products here. So let's add some products in. So let's see, because we're Claire packages in this demo store, we're selling care packages. Let's do birthday box is number 1, and I'm gonna add one of my images. Give me a moment. So this is what you downloaded, the assets. I think it is manifestation preview, so I'm going to drop that in there. I chose to have a clear background, like it's a PNG with a transparent background, just in case we want to add some color behind it. I think that's always a good move. Let's add a description. Birthday box. And let's make it $30. Why not? And then you can also, add in your margin, like how much it costs. So you can see what your profit is. We're not going to care about that. We can track the quantity. We can say maybe 2 are available. It's a physical product. You can add the weight. So there's a lot of here you can fill in, and the weight will obviously, affect the okay, got it out of my throat. Calculate the shipping rates and what have you. And then you can also add variants. So say this has different colors, different sizes. I'm not going to get into that, but if that's something your product has, definitely look into how to do that and how, I think this template could handle it, but maybe if you're customizing your own template, definitely keep in mind that if your product has multiple variants. Okay, cool. And then we could add product types. We could add a new collection. We're just going to keep it simple, add our products in. So let's make this active and save. So we should have our first product. So let's go to all products. There we go. We have that there. And we can preview in our online store. So let's look at that. There we go. It's beautiful. Yeah, I think this is still the old one. It is not updated, but cool. Okay, so let's go back here. Like, it's not the Dawn theme yet because we didn't activate that. Okay, I think there's a way I can just duplicate this. This is to probably activate more actions. Yeah. Thought there was a way to duplicate. If I click in, I want to save time, but I'm probably adding time. Duplicate, there we go. Top there. Copy of birthday box. Let's call this relaxation box. We're going to use the same image, same inventory, set as active. Duplicate. I think having 4 would be good. Let's duplicate again. Random box. I'm going to duplicate that one more time. So this will be surprise. Many exclamation points. Okay, duplicate that. Alright, so now we have this running in the background. So let's customize this theme by copying this and pasting it in our browser. And we should see our products live as well. So this again is the theme just from my desktop, from wherever on your computer it lives. Okay, so we have clear codes, demo store, home, catalog, and contact. And let's look at what catalog looks like. Catalog is everything here, and then contact is our contact page. All right, let's go back. I'm gonna make sure this is right next to that. And let's go back home. And let's go to online store, and let's navigate to pages. And right now we have a contact page. We also can look at our navigation. And let's go to the main menu. Let's edit. I don't really want this to say catalog. I want this to be just like store, maybe shop. Shop is good. Apply changes. So that's how you can change that here, just going to navigation, and we can add new things to our navigation. So say we want to go to pages. Oops. Probably want to save that. It's a good reminder. So let's go to pages. Let's add a page. Let's add the about page. This is about my site. Okay, cool. Let's make it visible. Let's save that. And as you can see here, I can use templates. So right now I have a default page or a contact page. And we're going to make default. Contact is going to add what we saw on the contact page, like a contact form. So that's our pages. Let's go back to navigation. And let's go to the main menu. And let's add about, and then we can even search here, and it'll show us our page. But it's also cool, as you can see, I can link out somewhere else. So let's add that, and let's save that menu. And if I go back here, I refresh, we should see the changes we made in our dashboard. So you can see now it says shop, and we have about added. Sweet. All right, so let's explore a little. Let's go back to the home. And as you can see, we first have an image banner where we can change the text, and we have a button. Then we have a section called rich text. So you can see these are all sections, and I can collapse them. Then we have a featured products section. Then we have a collage section, multimedia collage. Then there's a video, and then multi-column, and our footer. And we can actually move these around. This is how it starts, and we can actually look at the code and see why that is. So here in our index.json, which is in the templates folder, we can see that there are different sections laid out here. And what's important is the type is going to be the name we see. So we see image banner, type image banner. We see the blocks that are within image banner. So there's a heading, settings. Headings talk about your brand, so that's how it starts out. And then we can see the block order is heading button. Let's see what happens if we change the block order. And this is JSON, so it has to be written a certain type of way. If you can see. Let's refresh there. And as you can see now, the button is above the text here. And we can move it, right? So we can move it back, but the JSON, just to show you the power of it, it's going to set the order for our blocks and what we see on each section in the sections section. And let's look down. So we have a featured product. I'm just going to scroll to the bottom, and we can see the order here is the same order we see the start here. So the cool thing too is that we can add a section in, and it's going to show us all the sections we have at our disposal. So this was something that I was a little bummed about. I tried adding in a featured product section here, and I got this error. So we're going to work to, let's see, is it still going to appear there though? Let's select a product and let's see if it gets. I think if I save, it's going to disappear. Yeah, see, it disappears. So we're going to work on fixing that, because maybe we want a featured product section. And I don't like that it's not working, which I'm sure you also don't like. So that's going to be further down the line. We're going to work on that. Okay, yeah, so we can also see we can add the image in. So let's use this image as the header. Okay, so again, we could add an image here, and we're going to go through the code that allowed us to do that in the template. So you can see we can add text here, and I kind of already went through these sections, so I won't do that again. Another great thing is we have theme settings, so we can change the colors. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go, I have this design file here. I don't think I have the up-to-date colors though. I have them somewhere else. Give me a moment. Okay, so I'm back. So yeah, having a color guide, there's this great site, Coolers. Let's go here. So Coolers with like cool, you know, like you're cool, and then ORS is a great place to find color palettes, and then you can just copy. So I think I actually got the color palette from here. So let's copy this. I just click on it, it copies it for me. Let's go back to our demo store. Let's make accent 1. Let's paste it in there. And there we go, accent 1. Let's go back to Coolers and let's make this accent 2. I think I probably want that actually. Yeah, let's get the other color. We can see what that looks like. Okay, so that's our accent, and then typography. You can see what fonts they have, just so we don't overlap. So they have a good section. Let's see if I search. Poppins is one of the font I want to use. It does have that, and I also want to use a font. Exar. Okay, that isn't there. Select Poppins. Select that. That'll be the body font. And we'll make the heading in our CSS actually. And let's go styles, layout. So I can set the maximum width. I probably want the maximum width of the page to be 1,200. And I'll also show you where, well, all this is coming in the template. Yeah, let's look at what we can do for checkout. We can add banners. And this is just special for checkout. All right. Let's go back here. Let's look at the announcement bar. There's nothing customizable there. Okay. Just curious about that. Let's go to the header. We can change a bunch of things. We can change the logo image. We can change where the positioning is. Okay, great. And then we can add different icons. Huh. I was just interested if we could change the colors. I very much want to change the colors. Do styles. Oh, okay, this is the word we're affecting buttons. Interesting. Because I know, for example, for the talk about your brand, if I click on the rich text, I can change the background of it, which I like a lot. And you can also decide if you want it to be full width. Remember, we made the max width 1,200, and let's make it back to full width. So right from the get-go, I just right-clicked and I clicked inspect, and I have my inspect tool separate. Let's see, I kind of want this to be in the window. So you can click on the arrow, and I'm going to leave it right there, and I can arrow around. So I can see this whole section has a padding bottom. So in the code, I can actually now see that this is banner content, and at this width, it gets this padding. Cool. So right now, right away, I could be like, okay, let's find banner content. So I'm going to actually search this in the code. Go back to the repository, and I'm going to search banner content. And let's go, it looks like section image banner. That makes sense. And let's find, so it looks like at min width 750 pixels, it's going to have a padding bottom of 5 rem. So we can even, I'm going to do Command F. And let's go 5 rem. You can see every place it is. Here we go. I want to say it's banner content though. Banner content. So let's get rid of the padding bottom. I'm just going to comment it out. I just command / and let's save that, and let's see right away. Oh, let's save whatever we did here. And then let's refresh. And let's look back at what happened. So I have this open again, and I'm going to select here. Okay, so we did get rid of the padding here. Now it's just what's going on here. So let's see. I kind of want that to be centered. So here we can see a min width, banner, content, flex end. So that might be actually something. Let's look. Image banner. Okay, show text. Let's center. Let's see. Let's save that. Let's refresh. So as you can see, there's a lot of, like, when I'm designing or developing, there can be a lot of back and forth, and we haven't even looked through the template yet, so let's see why it is so tall. Let's see. Height. Oh, I think we're just going We're in, let's find div banner template. Min height is set. Okay, let's give it a smaller min height. Min height. Okay, that's fine with me. Maybe let's try. And I think this could also be dependent on the image you have in there. So if this, let's leave it at 72 REM, which is what it is. We have this space here. Let's see one of our images here and see if that makes a difference. Very curious. Alright, so from the downloads, I have something called Fit Fab Fun Winter Sale. Let's add that in. And let's select that. So as you can see, it also is dependent on the size of the image, so it's good we didn't change full CSS because now we can see it's right up against there. So in this case, like say you're designing this template for someone else, you might specify, hey, for your banner image, you need an image at least this size. So it's good to keep those things in mind, play around with them. Okay, yeah, let's actually dive into the repository and really get to know it. The repository. So first thing we're going to go to is the theme.liquid, and I'm sure you're familiar with HTML. This is where the whole site is being served from. And we have, you know, for example, title, and this is being pulled from, you know, the CMS, the Shopify page title. And, you know, if it contains shop name or make it shop name, we have some logic going on there. We have some styles, and styles are being declared in this liquid form. So definitely look up docs. There's liquid docs in the Shopify help docs, and you can see there's style. So we have percentage and then style. And if I scroll to the bottom, we can see also whenever a section is being pulled in, we also have the same thing in place, right? So of course within the styles, we have the styles, and yeah, so that's where that is happening. And then let's look. So on every page right now, we're going to have an announcement bar section. So if you don't want that announcement bar, you can just comment or delete that, right? So right away, we can adjust our theme. And then section header. So if we go into sections, this is how you pull in a section. So it's this is calling the header.liquid. And we can see in the header.liquid, we have a bunch of style sheets being called in. And whenever a style sheet is linked, it needs to be in this format. So it's great to also look through a theme like this. You learn how to, you know, bring things in, and you can kind of logically kind of connect things when you're making your own theme in the future. And then again, this is the liquid, and our styles are being brought in here. So there's some extra styles, some scripts. Yeah, so I kind of jumped ahead, but this is what is being pulled into the theme.liquid. And then depending on the page, it's going to bring in the content for the layout. So all of our pages are here within templates. So it's going to call in that page template. So of course, you know, just like HTML, we have the index.json, which is where our front page is being served. And these are the sections that start on the front page. So we have, you know, I'm sure we've seen these sections like featured products. And then again, this is the order they're coming in on. So if you make a page like my about page, this is what's going to happen. So it's going to be section, main page. And now let's go into sections. And let's go, we have main blog, and we have main page.liquid. So this is what's going to happen, and the page.content and the page.title. So when I make an about page, about, and then all the content we put in. So this is a pretty simple section and page. And again, it can be, more can be added to it. Like say we wanted a image at the bottom of each page, then we can add that in here. Or yeah, we could add that. Actually, I guess we would add it into our JSON, and we would add that into the order. So that would go at the bottom. Okay, cool. Let's look at locales. So locales, we're going to go to English, and these are where different like text that appears on the page can be served from here. And this is also a way to translate it to different languages. So I really don't worry too much about locales. I think it is important if you're developing your own theme to learn more about this. And the schema is where we have our different colors that are allowed to be on the page. We have our headers, we have header, body font being, and all the different options we are given in this theme template. So here, to give an example, if I go down to I kind of want, okay, we have featured collection, view all. So if I go to the section, of featured collection, and let's see what that, I lost. Didn't double click. Let's go back to our, if I can find it. Okay, so featured collection, we have view all. Easy, that's what it said. So if I do Command F, view all, we can see that it's actually being pulled in here from our locale JSON. So it's going to go to sections.featuredcollection.viewall.t. So if I change it here to be view collection and I save it, that's what's going to be pulled into this button. And that's what's going to appear on our theme. So it's always good to have it, in one place where you know what's happening and to pull it in. This is a great feature so I don't hard code basically in this block or this section. Getting a little confused. In this section. I hope I'm not confusing you. Okay, cool. And then at the bottom of each section, we have the schema. So this is all of the different options we're given. So a type checkbox. Do you want this to be swipeable on mobile? So it's going to default to false, but in the theme editor, we could default it to true. So let's go to a section that might not be as complex. For example, video. Again, this looks pretty complex. These are the different settings, but I guess there's still some options. Yeah, a little less options. Like we can have the heading of the video, we can have our cover image. There's stuff going on there. Okay, so we went over sections, we went over locales, and theme, very important. We have config, and this is kind of where you can rename your theme name and adjust some other settings. I'm still also, learning more and more about theme development. So again, the Shopify docs are very, very helpful. So definitely look through this if you feel ready to go and make your own theme. Again, this is just kind of building on Dawn and learning through kind of investigating. What is going on here. So here we have our assets, and you can see the base CSS and what's being pulled in here. Before, as I showed you, a way to work backwards is to inspect the page and then kind of do a search through the files and see what's going on. So, and it's, also it's great they named these things. So you can see section footer. This is being pulled into the footer to do the styling. Unfortunately, the Shopify used to allow SCSS or SAS, which I think is a little more intuitive. Like I like media queries in SAS better, but now in Shopify 2.0, they're actually phasing out SAS. So CSS is where it is at. So that's the assets. We went through config, layout, locale, section, snippets. Snippets are typically smaller pieces that are being pulled into sections. So for example, the icon cart, it's, an SVG. And if we went into the section, I believe if we went into the header.liquid, and we can see it's like here, if we want to render a snippet, render icon arrow, and that's going to render the snippet icon arrow. So I hope this was a, good explanation. And again, next tutorial video, we will be working together on adding a custom component, which I think is very important and will elevate all of our skills. So that's the tutorial. Hope this wasn't too long, and I hope to see you in the next section. All right, again, have a great day. Bye.